Hello, and welcome back to All or Nada According to Jack with your host, Jack Toledano. And time for another year of metal, top three metal albums by year. Today we're going to talk about the year 2000. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks since I've been on. I apologize. So after I went to the Priest concert in Albany on October 15th. I stayed upstate for a couple days past what I had intended, and I got sick. So I was sick for maybe 4 or 5 days beyond that. So, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show that I just recorded with Mr. Chris Allo uh, about the Priest concert, that I was under the weather. So sorry I missed it, but I'm back. So off we go with the year 2000. So it was a slightly difficult year, but I think I found a few really good ones. So let's go to the first one. Symphony X V5. Amazing, amazing, killer album. So it's a little less on the heavy metal side, but it's very, if you like prog, a little I mean, it's a little less metal, but very proggy throughout. It's just phenomenal. It tells the story about the lost city of Atlantis. So let's go through the songs. You have this 2 minute prelude, which blends from some classical numbers. Great tune. Evolution, the grand design. I gave that a 3 star. Fallen, also 3 stars. Also, this album runs in songs run into each other throughout. There is very little break. Uh, Transcendence, basically it's a 1 minute segue, but into probably the best song so far. Uh, the 4 star song that I gave 4 stars, Communion and the Oracle, about all 7.5 minutes worth. Great tune. The Verdant Serpent War, a little heavier. On the Breath of Poseidon, this is a great instrumental segue into, and I gave that 3.5 stars. That segues into the next song, Egypt, a song that they played a lot in concert. I gave that 3 stars. Uh, the Death of Balance, Lacrimosa, that's probably a heavier instrumental, but Michael Romeo, I think, really kills it in this song. Leads into another 4 star song, Absence of Light, a song that I've always gravitated to from this album. Fool's Paradise, 3 stars. Then you had probably the longest song on this album, Rediscovery, parts one and two. This was actually previously titled Twilight and Olympus from their last album. They decided not to have a title track on the last album, so instead they took segments of that song, molded the song Rediscovery, all about 13 minutes of it. Parts one and two, I gave 4 stars. So, all in all, a great journey. I was really first starting to get into Symphony X at this time. This album really cemented it for me. I loved it, and I saw them for the very first time on this tour. Small tour that it was. I actually think I saw them in what the town was, North Plainfield, New Jersey, and the small concert venue was actually, as Pete's brother Rich Porter said, it was a former motorcycle shop. So imagine that. But amazing to see them in live and in person at that time, nonetheless. So Symphony X V5, check it out if you haven't. This one I think you'll be a little more familiar with. Halford. So right around the time we were right after Priest put together Jugulator, an album that I really was very heavy and that I really liked. I couldn't wait for their next one. They were making us wait forever and ever and ever to the tune of like 4 years. Mr. Rob Halford decided to go back to his forte of metal and put out the album Resurrection. Uh, we kind of knew then what we know now, that was planting the seeds for him possibly rejoining the band, which he eventually did. So let's talk about the songs. So, first song started out very heavy, Painkiller Light. The song Resurrection, gave that 4 stars. Made in Hell, 3.5. Locked and Loaded, 2. Nightfall, 3. Silent Screams, 2.5. The One You Love to Hate, featuring none other than Bruce Dickinson. I gave that one 3.5. Great to hear them both playing together, singing together. Cyber World, 2. Slow Down, 3. Twist, 2.5. Temptation, 2.5. Drive and Savior, both 3. I wouldn't say it's the best album of the 2000s, but it was a pretty good effort with Rob Halford and Loy Z and company. So check it out. If if you go through the Priest catalog and you don't have enough Priest, check this one out. It's quite good. Okay, so the third and last of 2000. Hammerfall's third album, Renegade. This one I would put better than Halford's Resurrection. Templars of Steel, 3.5 stars. Keep the Flame Burning, also 3.5. I gave the title track Renegade 4. Living in Victory, 3. Always Will Be, 2.5. It's okay. It's a ballad. They customary that they have a ballad in pretty much every album. The Way of the Warrior, gave that 4 stars. Destined for Glory, 2. The Champion, 3.5. Raise the Hammer, an instrumental, I gave that 3. And of course, A Legend Reborn, good way to end the album. I gave that 3 stars. So not a bad year for metal. Not as good as 1998, but still pretty decent. Symphony X V5, the Mythology Suite, Halford Resurrection, and Hammerfall Renegade. This is Jack Toledano speaking for All or Nada according to Jack. I will see you at the next episode. So have a good night, y'all. Bye.